It's like, are you coming back? I'm like, oh, I gotta go. She's like, when will I see you again? It's like, oh, God.
It's like, oh my God, this is a Disney movie starring Tim Allen. It's so saccharine, but it's like one of those. But I think the thing is, I think a misinterpretation that people have is that it's a collaborative effort writing-wise. Like, it's absolutely not. Doug and Rob write it. They will ask us questions. Like, I think this last year you asked us more questions than previous years. It'd be like, would you do this? Are you okay with this? How do you feel about this? You know. But for the most part, like, they come up with the ideas. Although I think Sarah Palin might have been my idea.
Sometimes if an idea is really like, this is too good. You know, it's like, we'll just sort of throw it in, but if it's something like we're not really sure, we'll sort of throw it around. Well, the way we got the Sarah Palin thing. Well, actually, both Kick-Assy and Suburbanites, like with Kick-Assy, it was, I said, well, I had this idea, but I don't know which one to go with. I said...
Yeah, it was either something...
Yeah, it was a vice president. I said, you can either be a knockoff of Sarah Palin, or you can be this person that's constantly trying to kill me. And he said, why not both? Good point.
See, if I hadn't been Sarah Palin, I would have been Starscream.
And then I think with Suburbanites, it was like either Arwen or the chick. We still split that.
No one would have known.
Yeah, it's like we split that joke in, you know, but...
Because I look just like Liv Tyler.
And then the Arwen joke. So...
I got to have fun language fun.
Let's do one sort of brown, whitish stripe across shirt.
Yeah, can you say card games on motorcycles as the bomb?
Card games and motorcycles?
Yes, I have a question for myself. You mentioned earlier you're a big fan of movie soundtracks, and I gotta say, what's your favorite soundtrack from any movie, or if you break down composer, like
Twister.
Has nothing to do with the board game.
That was actually the first CD I ever bought, was the Twister soundtrack. And I listened to it over and over.
Who did the music for that?
But that's
There was a lot of Van Halen on it.
Oh, like that? So not like the music.
Not the score.
Oh, okay. Now that makes sense. Okay. Was Oklahoma on there too?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But Tori Amos, that was my introduction to Tori Amos, which was a few years. I'm sure that surprises nobody.
For me, it's a soundtrack I don't even bring up that much, but I can always listen to it. I love the soundtrack to The Mission. I don't even know how many people know that music, but it's just...
The soundtrack to Broken Arrow.
But it's like just really, really like incredible music. This is like the music you hear when you're going to heaven. I mean, it's just like, just glorious, man. I love that soundtrack. Always listen to it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Guy with shirt on head.
I was wondering, when you initially started this, did you think you would get the fan base that you had?
No, but you always sort of think in the back of your mind, wouldn't it be cool if? It's the same thing with James Rolfe. You sort of think, you don't think this is going to work, but wouldn't it be cool if? So you sort of try it, and holy crap, it works. No, I didn't quite think it would get this big, but holy crap, it worked. I'll let you.
No.
Thank you.
It still weirds me out.
Yeah, you're all scaring her right
I'm so quiet. I don't want to
now.
speak.
You're like you're on trial.
I did not touch him.
I don't want to provoke you guys. But seriously, the Lorax was terrible.
The
new one?
I did not.
Yeah, they're cool.
I actually just want you to...
Right.
OneSlayerSecrets.tumblr.com.
Did someone give you that link, or were you looking at it?
No, someone gave it to me. They're like,
Okay.
have you seen this? It was a bit like, I think maybe that's why Tape Guy was making me laugh so much last night. Because, like, it was after One Slayer Secrets, and then, like, when I was at Blip, and they were telling me, like, have you seen the Tape Guy? And there's apparently a series on Blip that's just a guy taping things, like, not taping.
Yeah.
And it's literally like an hour of him taping a It's genius. Like
Piano.
piano,
No words, no dialogue.
peanut butter.
Ow.
It's called Moldy Toaster, and the series is called Let's Tape It. Highly recommended.
There's no false advertising at all. It's exactly what they say.
Yeah.
So, check that out.
Red Wings.
Sorry. How did you come across the animated Titanic movies?
Yeah.
That is a good question.
I think we all
people
like
were
to get
recommending
those
it to
sooner
me,
rather than
particularly
later.
the
Thanks
clip
a
with
lot,
the graphic
cutie
dog. I
honey.
said, no, come on, that's an SNL skit. My brother actually, before even that though, I think he was babysitting these kids a long time ago, and they had it, and yet they wanted to watch it.
Damn kids.
Yeah, then I found out there's this second one, and I'm like, well, I did one, I can't do another one. I just saw the ending. And the ending, I mean, just imagine you know nothing about this movie, you just see this giant octopus, come up on this wedding day, after he put the Titanic back together, and the captain's there alive and says, "Congratulations, tentacles, you saved the Titanic, you made it." I'm like, oh no, I gotta know what leads up to that. Yeah, just, I guess blind luck and people recommending it and stuff like that, so they're horrid. They're really horrid. Let's do all the way to the back there. Yeah.
I actually got two questions for both of you, but I want to say real quick, I'm actually really thankful that you guys make these videos. I really do enjoy them.
Thankful that you watched.
Thank you.
Question for Doug. Have you ever heard of the movie called SLC Punk?
SLC Punk.
Oh god, that movie. It's a really bad one.
I'll say it maybe. Okay. And Lindsay, how did the whole Dark Nella thing come about?
Who was the Claremont fan?
That was actually my idea, because I can't remember why, but I was on an airplane back to New York, because that was when I lived in LA, and I was like, what would be really funny? Nella just got fed up with being the butt monkey and turned evil. And I brought that up, and of course she's like the biggest ham that ever were, and she, I was like, let's put eyeliner on you, and she was like, oh, pretty goatee, like Spot. And I'm like, that's like, I'll just take a look. So that, I guess it was kind of like I wanted to experiment with it. Because this was a point of contention, because, everyone has a different opinion of everything always. And Louis Linkara, he does his storylines. And they always kind of drove me crazy, because they had nothing to do with the thing he was reviewing. So I was like, well, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to have every little thing in here be relevant to what's going on in a sort of experiment. And, some people like it, some people didn't. And we kind of decided we weren't going to do it again because, not so much because we didn't like it, but it was hard point of entry. And I think with a review show, it's like, I always wanted to keep the point of entry open, so if someone watches it, they don't feel like there's an in-joke that they're not getting. If they want to watch a review of, She's All That, and like, what the hell is this weird storyline thing, So, we enjoyed it. We're not going to do it.
Actually, something to bring up with that, too, that, doing these reviews is very much a learning process, too. Like, something I was realizing for a while, I was relying way too much on these continuing jokes. I think there's one episode, I don't remember what it was, but I know there's one episode where I'm like, half of these were just my continuing jokes. And I'm like, if somebody came in, like you said, just out of nowhere, they'd be like, I don't get half of this. I can't follow, because it's just all these references to the things I've done before. So I just sort of realized that only if it just screams, to go back to this joke, try not to reference it. I'm trying to do that in general, also with when you would sort of clip from another movie or something like that. I'm finding again, there's sometimes it just calls for it. You have to reference it, but
Timing!
Of course! I'm trying to do that. Yeah, well, okay, here's the problem.
Hey, I already did that, kid.
I try very much to do those sort of sparingly, and because, you don't want to get too much into a pattern. You want to keep it familiar so that people keep it in pattern. You still want to keep it fresh and new. I mean, that's why something like the Moulin Rouge review I love so much, because it was so different. It was just, doing a musical and sort of these different things I haven't tried before, and just having great fun with it. So.